apologize. What's up?
Ty Spencer Davies, Basketball Insiders. Just wondering, from that second half in Game 2, what can you use defensively that you can implement just to start out and set the tone here?
I don't know. I mean, because we had to make some adjustments. And so you always like to go into the game with your game plan, and if it doesn't work, you want to make some adjustments. But I thought the guys did a good job of just adjusting, and we did some different things and was able to hold them to 47 points in that second half. But the biggest key, I think, is our offense, not turning the basketball over, giving them easy transition baskets.
And in the regular season, when Kevin got going, it was always in the first quarter. Is that what you want to do? Is just get the ball to Kevin and get him going early?
Yeah, I like for Kevin to be, aggressive to start the game. I think when he sets the tone early, scoring the basketball, it opens everything up for us and for him as well. So same thing we've been doing. So just I like his pace last game of playing faster cuts, harder cuts, running the floor in transition. I mean, that really opened him up offensively.
Dave McBenamin, ESPN. Ty, you guys didn't have George Hill for three and a half of the Indiana games, half the series basically. Does it make you wonder, based on how well he's played since he's come back from that injury, how that series could have gone differently, maybe if you had him healthy for the entire time?
I mean, for sure. I mean, it's an extra ball handler. He's our starting point guard, and so it really was 4 games because he missed half of the game, 3 or 4?
Game 3.
And then he missed half of game 7.
Right.
So, he's a big part of what we do. I think his defense is big, but I think offensively just having an extra ball handler on the floor who can attack the basket as well as play off LeBron and shoot the basketball from the perimeter.
He's one of the new guys that you guys got in February, but obviously he comes in with playoff experience. Have you seen that help him in terms of what he's trying to do with you guys this
postseason? You saw that, Game 7. I think not playing the first half and coming in the second half playing the way he played in the Game 7, versus Indiana was big. So just his experience alone, what he knows about the game, being in the Eastern Conference Finals with Indiana a couple of times. So he understands what it takes, and it was big to have him on the floor.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. In Game 2, you had such a big offensive night, and Korver, I think he only had a shot or 2. Was that one of those nights where just having him on the floor kind of took attention away for the Raptors from some of your other guys?
Yeah, I mean, when he's on the floor, you have to pay attention to him. I think his movement causes a lot of problems. We had one clip we showed he ran in transition, and 2 guys ran right to him, and opened up the floor for LeBron to get downhill. So just have him on the floor. We talked about, we call it the Korver screen. When he screens the big and Kevin pops back, getting out, they switch. Kevin has smaller guys on him, so that played a factor, in his shooting ability. So they want to switch out and take that away. So just have him on the floor just opened up a lot of things for us offensively.
Ty, Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. JR said yesterday that he's back to having fun after what was a tough year for him. What's the difference that you see in a J.R. Smith that's having fun versus one that might not be having as much fun?
I think, making shots. I think, getting to his spots. And like we talked about with JR, defensively, every playoffs, he usually has the toughest assignment as far as guarding Oladipo in the first round, now having DeRozan. So when he's locked in defensively, you give him one assignment, he really does that well. So with that being said, and then also making his shots, I think he's found a good rhythm these last 3 or 4 games of the playoffs. So hopefully he can continue to shoot the ball the way he's been shooting it.
It's kind of a follow-up to my Korver question. Now that you're playing Korver and JR together with the starters, do you call more sets now than maybe you did in past playoffs with the starters that you had then with Kyrie and those guys?
I call all the sets anyway, which I don't like all the time. But, just having him on the floor, we can run, more stuff, more movement stuff on the fly instead of out of timeouts, which they've done a good job of doing that. A lot of time with LeBron facilitating, and G Hill on the weak side, and, Kyle and JR and Kevin playing that game on the weak side. If we don't have that, then going to the 13 action. So, it's pretty much the same, though.
RJ is back in the building.
Where's he at?
He's saw him in the hallway. He's gonna be broadcasting for you guys.
Oh, okay, good.
Good to have him back.
Yeah. No, it's good. I love RJ, man. Great guy, great character. Meant a lot for us when we won in 2016. He was a big part of that, and just a big part of the culture, I think, of doing things the right way, being a veteran, understanding the game. When he was called upon, he was ready to play. So just, having him around, be good to see him today.